tell y'all, I'm so depressed that the Knicks just won the championship. Y'all, how did Cat have 2 points? And I'm just so embarrassed because I'm pretty sure in another video that I made, I was like, oh, Cat, he might be finals MVP if the Knicks win. I can't believe that I said that. Look at this box score, guys. Like, he had 2 points. He went 1 for 7, didn't make a single three. Okay, he had 10 rebounds, so I guess that's good. But little old Josh Hart out rebound you. Okay, it's almost like they switched roles because Josh Hart scored like 0 points in one of those games. I think it was like game 2. But how do you score 2 points in the finals? I think he had a bunch of fouls. Like, you could see he had like 6 fouls. So he was on the bench most of the time. Good number of steals, a block, 5 turnovers. He couldn't keep the ball. He had the most turnovers on the whole team. But yeah, how you gonna let the rookie Dylan Harper have 25 points, way more points than you? And honestly, I'm just disgusted. I'm disgusted at De'Aaron Fox. Like, he went 3 of 15, guys. 3 of 15 from the field. I told him, like, after he fumbled that game when he could have just held the ball, after that, I knew he was going to be shit. I just knew he was never going to recover or redeem himself. So, it's very disappointing. The 4-1 is very disappointing. I am a Celtics fan, and the only reason why they won is because Jason Tatum was injured. That is the only reason that they won, because the Knicks weren't even like top 2 in the Eastern Conference like by the end of the season. I'm pretty sure they were either 3 or 4. Like, they kept alternating with the Cavs, I feel like. But I don't know, the whole team, like, Brunson carried the whole team. There was no way nobody else scored more than 13 points. Josh Hart scored 13 points. That is the most points that was scored. Mitchell Robinson, no surprise, he can't make a 3. He can't make a free throw for nothing. They literally kept showing the stats of how he was like the NBA's worst free throw shooter, right? Anunoby really also saved them. He only had 11 points in his last game, but he was a key to so many major moments in those last few games. So shout out to him. He got so high after winning the finals. Everybody was joking on social media that OG was off of that OG. He couldn't even keep his eyes open. I seen it. I think he was on one of those talk shows. I forget which talk show. He couldn't even keep his eyes open. So I know he off that. They hopefully that should get out of his system by the next drug test, because I'm pretty sure they do drug tests. But anyway, they will never run it back. They'll never run it back. I believe midway through the game, because Brunson went 14 for 27 from the field, but I believe in the game they showed a stat, and I wrote it down. Brunson was 10 for 19, while the whole team was 10 for 42. So the whole team wasn't doing shit for the whole game. I'm disappointed for Wemby. I thought he was gonna be able to make history with this, and just the Spurs, like last year, how we seen OKC win, and them being like one of the youngest teams to win. I was really hoping that the young team would come through. Dylan Harper was showing a lot of promise. I believe him and Castle will definitely be superstars if they could just kind of calm it down. And then another thing too, and I think Chuck was saying this. Some of the boys, you know, like Chuck, Ernie, and them, and Shaq, they was pretty much saying how Wemby is like, he's trying to play a guard position, and it's not necessary. Like, we get it. You want to show off your guard skills. You don't want to be like the big that they're just saying, oh, he's just good because he could, you know, be 7'5" and stand next to the basket and get all the rebounds and really just dunk without even having to stand up, right? Or really having to jump. But this is not the time to try to prove yourself as a guard. You already did that. We already know you could shoot a 3. Like, now is the time where you just stand under the basket. Just stand under the basket so Stephon Castle can alley hoop it to you, and you could just make the easy points in the paint. Many people were noticing this. Regular old basketball fans were noticing this, and the fact that Mitch didn't say anything like, hey man, like this is not the time for you to be shooting. I think Chuck was saying this, but the Knicks, like every time he shot the ball, whether he made it or not, the Knicks were like literally saying like thank you, because it's not guaranteed that he's gonna make the shot. Like he's better off just staying in the paint. So there was just too many points in a game where he literally was at the 3-point line, trying to be a guard, not in the paint. He should have been in the paint every play. I want to say literally like 90% of the plays he should have been under the basket. Okay, there was points in the game where the Knicks were getting the rebound and he was already on the other side of the court. Like, I get it, you're quick to play defense if you're at the top of the key, but come on now, like we need you getting the rebounds. You literally could have out hustled them. Let me see how many rebounds he got. He got 14 rebounds in a game, but I mean still, dude, like it was such an important, I mean, you guys being 3 games down and having to win 3 in a row is not the time to be trying to be the point guard, right? You already got a bunch of guards that know how to do their job. Stephon Castle can shoot. Dylan Harper can shoot. Devin Vassell can shoot. De'Aaron Fox, I don't know when maybe back in the day he could shoot. I'm just so disgusted by him. I can't even talk about him right now. So Champagnie could shoot. Like, they have shooters. You don't have to be that guard on the team. They need you to be the center. Like, they need you to be the big man on the floor. My personal opinion, I don't think the Knicks are ever going to run it back. I think that a lot of teams were just off of their A game this year. I think they kind of got lucky and kind of like slid their way through, because a lot of teams just, like I said, like they just wasn't like being aggressive. Like they wasn't hungry. I could see the Knicks' hunger, and even something I heard after the game, I don't know if I said this in another video, but even Rick Brunson literally said, like, they asked him post-game interview right after the championship, they asked Rick Brunson if he thought Jalen Brunson was the best Knick ever, and he said no. I don't even know if it was a question or if he just kind of came out and said that, but people were talking about that after the interview, and it was almost like this psychological subconscious thing that he wanted to plant in his son's mind, that, hey man, like, I'm your dad, this was great, but there's more work to be done. Like, he wanted to, in this moment of celebration, which I don't know if I agree was the best moment to do this. Maybe he could have did it like, in the summer, maybe give him a couple weeks to kind of, taking the ambiance of the win, right? But he literally was trying, in my opinion, I think he was trying to make sure his son still has that hunger to continue forward, because one championship don't really mean nothing. I personally agree with Rick Brunson. I don't think he's the best Knick ever. Patrick Ewing was really just a beast. Like, he was a beast. If a lot of you guys don't know, if you're young, go back and watch Patrick Ewing and you tell me that Jalen Brunson was the best. There was a period of time where I even thought Brunson was a little overrated. I probably won't say that now just because of all the hype. I wouldn't say he's overrated. I wouldn't say he's underrated. I think he's properly rated now, especially after this ring. But I don't think they're going to get another one. You guys can hold me to that. Come back here in a year, jump on my comment section if they win again. But if we get solid as a team, the Celtics, if we end up getting Giannis, oh yeah, it's wraps. It's wraps for the Knicks. Cleveland, I don't think they're going to do anything. I don't know. They got Harden now, but I don't really find that quite impressive since he's always choking in the postseason. I think Detroit is disappointed in what they did this year, and I think they're going to want to go back and, kind of go back to the drawing board and see where things went wrong, because they do have a solid team. I'd like to see what they get in the draft this year. But yeah, I don't think the Knicks have enough to go back to back, especially if a lot of these other teams end up blocking it. But you guys can let me know in the comments whether you think the Knicks can run it back.